This happened a while ago, but it's pretty weird, like, even for me it was freaky. Be me. 15 beta fag. Talking to my girlfriend about monsters because we're both Toronto sluts. Mom comes in, pissed that I've been on my ass all day Skyping. Tells me to take a job when I have a fever running. Tells her off, but I get dressed and go outside anyways. Bright idea. JPEG. I walk into the urban side of town. There's a community church there, behind it is this fence that leads to a forest. I hop the fence and start going into the forest. For a quarter mile there is no path, all trees and moss. I have to remember my way back, and with my fever, I can't remember my own name. I finally make it to the path. The road splits in two directions. I have been down the safe path with my friend before when we were out celebrating in bulk. But new path. I don't make any landmark for my way back. Dumbass.png. Sorry that this has been pretty boring, but now I would like to say things get kicked up a notch. I walk down the path and notice a bunch of dead trees, just a huge path of death. I start to follow it off trail, noticing emptied gasoline bottles. There are more living trees far off, but it's in a dark as fuck part of the forest. I go in, and notice that there's an opening with 3 tree trunks. 2 are bright red, and with my shit eyesight, I mistake them for deer, so I'm dead silent and glaring to decipher them. The other is a gray-green and fucking massive. I almost thought it was a shack at first. After a while I notice they're all tree stumps. I'm almost relieved, but as I go further to see, I get this weird feeling like someone watching me. My fever has gone down, but I'm getting a splitting headache like someone's grabbing my skull. Fucking bolt out of that area. Random thorn bushes that I can't remember being there before are snagging my pants and arms. Back on main trail, headache leaves. I hear running water and start to follow the noise. As I'm walking, I can hear someone ringing bells. I'm a possible schizophrenic. I hear things, mostly see things, but I've heard bells in this forest before, so I assume it's not my mind. I walk a little faster, and the bells fade. Now I hear footsteps. Like, right next to me. Oh shit.png. I'm in a sprint now, and I whip out my phone to text my girlfriend. It now occurs to me that my data is about to run out and I'm in the middle of a forest. I'm a dumbass. I slow down a little, and see a river running through. The water is stained red, probably from rust. I don't think much of it, and just focus on walking, a little shaken up by the footsteps. I mean, these were big combat boot type footsteps, fucking loud. The path forks off. There's one end that leads to the city, the other leads to a darker forest. My mind immediately runs to monster BF thoughts, and forgetting about my anxiety, I run to the dark forest path. I walk off path a bit, and hear growling. There's a ton of coyotes where I live, even a few bears, so I stop for a minute and the growling continues. I start speeding back to the path, and the growling gets louder. I'm almost crying because it's ringing in my ears, then I stop. The growling was coming from me, it was from my stomach. I remember that I skipped lunch, breakfast and dinner from my fever. I'm such a fucking idiot. I start laughing really loudly, my fever is kicking in again and I almost feel high. I run off trail, thinking of nothing more than my stupidity. That's when I notice a tent. Not like a homeless tent, I can see it very well, but it looks like a hunting tent. There's 2 bikes as well, in really good condition, very expensive from the looks of it. I pull out my phone again and take a video to post later. I want to get closer to the tent, but I get that feeling again, someone's watching me. I back away a little, and continue walking off path, keeping the tent in mind. The birds are becoming less frequent. One thing that kept me going was that the birds wouldn't get phased unless there was a predator nearby. Now the birds are all echoes, I can hardly hear them, and now all I can hear are these big ass flies that have started to follow me. I'm somewhat unsettled, but I'm also a bit of a cunt, and I feel like I'll lose all pride by leaving because of some birds and flies. The pathway is getting blocked by falling trees, and I'm getting a little pissed. Bugs are biting me, My fever is at its worst right now, and the headache is back. I start coughing, and it's not a little cough. I'm hunched over on the side of the trail, and I can't even breathe. The headache is pounding, these fucking flies are getting in my shirt, and I feel like my lung is coming up. Then it just all stops. I get up, feeling completely fine, and I'm also extremely pissed. I start yelling, if there's anything out there, just show yourself, I'm not a pussy. Yeah, I'm not the brightest. I'm walking closer to the end of trail, where the forest is near pitch black. Then I see it. It's this face hidden in the underbrush, a bluish-green mouth hanging open. I'm almost certain I'm just hallucinating, but fuck, I'm on the edge of an anxiety attack. I start running back, and those damn flies are back, but I can hardly pay them attention. I look back every so often, and it feels like whatever was in there is getting closer. I stop at the edge of the trail where the tent was, and start calling out. It's abandoned, and I'm tempted to check it out. It seems weird that someone would pitch up this tent, and leave these really nice bikes out on the open, just to leave. I also hadn't seen or heard anyone, aside from the footsteps, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't from a human or anything. I start walking, a little slower now because I'm fucking tired. I call out again, just a fuck you, to whoever was pulling that shit, or whatever it was. Then I hear howling. It could be from a coyote, but my mind goes to wolves. I'm gone, faster than fucking Sonic. I can hear something chasing me, and I just want to rip my mouth out. Coming back to the first trail, I remember that I can't find where I came from, since it was just a tiny opening. This headache is back. I feel like my skull is being compressed. I run right into the forest. I just need to get out. I must be the luckiest fucking guy because I see the fence of the church. I jump it, tripping a little, and run out to the road. I'm going home, sure that I will never go back again, and then I get all cold. It's like someone's grabbing my legs and their hands are just ice. I'm a pretty spiritual person. I'm just thinking, oh shit, whatever was in there is following me. The logical part of me thinks it's from thorns or something, that icy feeling you get after a paper cut. Maybe just me? I'm walking back home, and I'm starting to feel better, but as I open the gate to my house, I get another fucking headache. I almost collapse and I'm just like, fuck it, this fucking demon ghost deity isn't getting away with it. I go home, go to my room, and start burning all the incense I have. I don't actually know if it worked or not, or if this was some trippy fever dream shit, but I would say it terrified me enough to stay away from that part of town entirely. My girlfriend laughed her ass off though and called me a pussy.